Hey guys, what's up? This is just a quick follow-up to the Carlee Russell situation. So there was a press conference a couple of hours ago, which a lot of information was revealed. And as I suspected, there was never a child on the road. And, based on the press conference, it was stated that, at least, within 24 hours of her apparent, going missing or whatever we're calling it at this point, that she was on her cell phone searching, about abduction. She was like doing research on the movie Taken, which involves being taken or abduction. It was stated that she was searching for one-way tickets from the bus station. It was also stated that she had searched on how to take money from a register without getting caught and all these different things, because it was said that she was shown on camera leaving her job, taking some toilet paper and a robe, trying to be inconspicuous and taking those items, which she obviously, based on what they're saying, that she didn't pay for those items. And, like I stated on my first video, just the story just didn't make any sense at all. It made no sense. Not on a main interstate in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing but trees and highway. That's it. So I knew when I heard this story, and then when I saw the car where she was just like driving with her flashers on, she gets out you see a person get out the car, but you don't see anybody else. Then they played today at the press conference, they played the full 911 call she made. On this call, she was completely calm. Now, let me tell you, if I'm driving along on a highway at nighttime and the average speed is 60 to 70 miles per hour, and there's cars zooming by at that speed, a lot of cars go faster than that, right? So there's cars zooming by, zoom, 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 and I see a 3 or 4 year old little child on the side of the road. Am I going to just keep driving slowly with my flashers on and leave them on the side of the road as I call the police? Or am I first going to try to get the child to safety and then call the police? Or am I going to do it within seconds of me in other words, if I'm calling the police, I'm already pulling my car over and trying to get to the child before they get hit by a vehicle. But in this call, she's completely calm and there's no sense of urgency. And when you look at the camera footage, according to the press release, that they gave today, the guy stated that she drove an equivalent of 600 yards, which could be compared to about 6 football fields. That is the distance that she drove while she was on the phone with a 911 operator. Now, you tell me, I'm not, I watch football and stuff. I've been on football fields and stuff like that performing. But when you think of how big a football field is, he stated it was the equivalent of 6 of those. So again, if you had really seen a child on the side of the road, who would drive that long of a distance and leave the child on the side of the road? It doesn't make sense. Okay, at this point, I feel like this was a hoax. Because initially I was wondering obviously there has to be some type of mental instability to even do something this crazy. Okay, but at the end of the day, what she's saying does not make sense. And apparently she had initially told the police that, she got abducted into the woods by some, Caucasian person with red hair and a bald spot, and how they drove her around. She was in some 18-wheeler and they fed her cheese crackers and they polished her nail. This was some shit from a Criminal Minds or some foolishness. But again, how would they abduct you from a location where they could not have possibly known that you would stop? Does that make sense? How can people plan an abduction without even knowing who's going to stop where? We're talking again about a main highway where there's nothing but trees and highway. That's it. So how would they know exactly where you were going to stop to be able to abduct somebody? What are the odds of all the people that's flying by at 70, 80 miles per hour that they're going to stop in the exact position where you are to be able to kidnap them? That just makes no sense. And even if that was the case, how deep in the woods would they have to live? She claimed that they took her off into the woods, into some back house or some crap. And it's just a bunch of foolishness. This is literally something from Wolf Creek, the movie, or, like I said, some type of Criminal Minds or, type crazy foolishness. The story makes zero sense. Zero sense. But anyway, guys, I'm going to elaborate on this later. I'm going to do another video, and I want to play the press conference so you guys can hear for yourself. You can also just, find it yourself on YouTube. But I have so much more opinion to give on this because this is just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And if she really was kidnapped, please provide us with the facts, because thus far, this press conference is showing that this girl was not kidnapped, that this was something that she meticulously planned. Okay, whether she's mentally stable or not, the point is she planned. This was meticulous. She made meticulous effort to research certain things before this occurred. Anyway, I will holler at you guys shortly here.